Hello Flosstube, my name is Claire and today is the 14th of May 2018 and I'm back only a week after my last one. The plan is I'm going to try and do these slightly more frequently, and then if I aim for weekly and miss that, I should still land in a kind of, monthly sort of area to avoid the whole 6 months going by. So I'm here today and with a little bit of update on what I've been doing so far in Maynia. Now, I haven't really done a huge amount of stitching this week. I've done a few bits because I've been doing lots of crochet for a baby blanket for a friend, and I'm hoping to insert a little clip of that baby blanket at the end, if my technological expertise runs to such things, because I had to give it away to her on Saturday when we went to see her. So I was frantically crocheting all the way up to Saturday to try and get it finished. So stitching, not so much, but I have done a bit. Before I go on to my update, I just want to answer a few questions that I received after last week's video. Thank you so much to everyone that commented and liked, and thank you and welcome to my new subscribers. It is lovely to have you on board. So yeah, some of the questions were about the retreat, and it was in Milton Keynes a few weekends ago, and it was arranged by the very lovely Sarah Marnie. She has a kind of stitching shop called Marnie's Mixed Bag, and she is wonderful and very, very good at sourcing patterns for me that I can't find anywhere else. Not just ink circles, as it turns out. No, she's now got another rare one for me. So hopefully that will turn up at some point. And if you want to come on a retreat, if you join the Facebook group, I think it's Mad UK Stitches. Oh, I don't know. I'll find out what it's called and I'll put it below. But there's a Facebook group which it's kind of like the hub for all the stitching retreats throughout the UK that are organised by stitchers rather than companies. There are lots of really expensive ones that are organised by, I think, so and so organised one, and there's lots of big organisations, businesses that organise stitching retreats, but they are very expensive. And so there has been a wave over the last few years of retreats organised by stitchers, just in whatever hotels they can get a deal with in all different places around the country. Milton Keynes is one of those, and Sarah is not a big business. She's a really lovely lady and decided to take on the incredible responsibility of organising these retreats in Milton Keynes. And so far they're in April and in October. I don't know whether she's going to continue next year. I really hope she does, but she's not said yet. But I'm booked in for October. The retreats are fabulous. You basically end up in a big conference room, which is our stitching room, and you sit around big round tables. If you want to have a little bit of a look, there is Stitching Donna has got a live stream from the Milton Keynes retreat, and Isla, who is Buckle Stitch, did a bit of a vlog from the Milton Keynes retreat as well, and so you can get quite a lot of information about that from them. Yeah, you get your own hotel room. So I know that in the US, a lot of them have to have roommates and they share rooms to keep the costs down or something. In Milton Keynes, we don't do that, which I'm quite pleased about because I like my own space at night. Not that I, wander around naked or anything, but I do like my own space, especially because I didn't sleep massively well on the first night of the retreat. Everyone was going on about how comfortable the beds were. They're like, oh, it's so soft. And I'm like, I like a hard mattress. I like it nice and firm. And so I didn't sleep very well at all, but it was okay. But I do enjoy having my own little space to retreat to in the night. And that was the only time we went into our rooms. The rest of the time we were in the stitching room, stitching and chatting and things like that. So highly recommend it. I will put the Facebook group below once I figure out what it's called, because it's changed its name a couple of times and I've lost track. Right, my notes here. Another question was, what is my illness been? I mentioned that I've had an illness over the last month or so. And yes, I am getting better. So thank you very much for that. Basically, it's nothing, you know, too bad. It was a migraine that lasted for 12 days. So that was fairly hideous. And I've never experienced anything like it before. And I'm still kind of, I'm really quite fatigued and tired a couple of weeks later, to be honest. So I'm hoping that that clears soon, because it's knocking into my college work and it's not nice. But, you know, I'm recovering, and a lot of people have a lot of worse things to deal with, so it's all right. But thank you for asking, and thank you for, you know, taking the time to care. Right, stitching. I've only worked on one whip this week because, you know, crocheting like mad. And I've not done very much on it, but it's been my If Friends Were Flowers whip for my friend that I'm hoping to get finished for Christmas. So I'm trying to do every day or every couple of days. I'm just trying to pick it up and put a few minutes worth of stitching into it. And so that's the middle bit now. And it actually, you can almost tell that that word is supposed to be flowers now. So hopefully by my next update, we'll have a whole word. So that's that one. And then the rest of my stitching has been on Maynia starts. Not that you can tell by looking at this one. This is a massive, massive start. Dun dun dun. And a cat hair on the bottom. Yeah. This is Winnie Witch. It's one of the spooked, Lizzie Kate spooked bonus charts that came with their spooked mystery sampler. And this was literally just to get a start going on that day so that I could put it to one side and carry on with the baby blanket. So that's part of her dress. So her dress is going to go like that. So nothing to write home about, but it's a start. And then on Friday, I started Mother Maya with Sarah Marnie. By Ink Circles, and it's this beauty here. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, sat in front of the telly watching Westworld with my husband. Haven't got a clue what's happening in this season. Anybody else watching Westworld? Do you have any idea what's going on? I don't. But I was stitching, so it's fine. And this is my start. And it is this worm here. The two-headed bitey worm. And I'm stitching this on a Sparkly's fabric called Bubblegum. And it's really, really lovely. And I think it's going to look fabulous on this fabric. And I've had a few questions about the floss that I'm using for it. Because I'm not using the hand-dyed as recommended. I'm using DMC Variegated 115. So I bought Sarah's entire stock of 115 at the retreat. And that should be plenty. But I love this pattern. He's biting. And this worm particularly reminds me of some of the worms that I had in Ecuador when I lived there. They didn't have two heads, but they certainly had a head like that was very bitey. And yeah, that's the reason really that I'm drawn to this pattern, is that I lived in South America for 3 years. And so I saw a lot of this artwork. And these are based on the Mexican Mayan people. And in Ecuador it was all about the Incas. And let's see, I've got here a couple of pieces of art that, sorry about the glare. The glare is going to be hideous here. So, but there you go. So that's a lizard that is kind of traditional South American artwork. And this one, some kind, you can see the curtains, you can see the room. Yeah. And this one particularly, it reminds me quite a lot of the motifs that Tracy Horner has used in the Ink Circles chart. So yeah, that's why I'm drawn to Mother Maya quite so much, because I just love all that stuff, and it reminds me of South America, which I absolutely adored. So there we go. My next start, I started last night, yesterday, which is a Silver Creek Samplers one called Dorothy's Discovery. And I think there's 5 of us from the retreat on our table decided to do a stitch along together. From October, there are 4 of us who are stitching Olivia Oakleaf together, which is another Silver Creek Samplers. And this time a slightly different group. Bo's dropped out and we've gained Jem and Kat. And we are stitching Dorothy's Discovery, and we all got our charts from Peakside Needleworks, who are fantastic. Sue there, she got all the charts in for us, and her customer service is absolutely superb. So highly recommend her if you're in the UK. I don't know, she probably posts abroad as well, but Peakside Needleworks, she's great. So we've got that. Now I have ordered some of the Gentle Arts to do the words, some of her dress, and then these shoes are going to be in Petite Treasure braid. So they are going to sparkle. Can't wait to do those. So my Gentle Arts and my Treasure braid are on the way to me. They might even arrive today, but they'll arrive soon. So, and the rest is in, some of it is supposed to be in Weeks and Gentle Arts, but basically I've done it all in DMC. A lot of it is charted for DMC anyway. And I'm thinking of, because I've got some Krynic blending filament in emerald in my stash, so I think I'm gonna stick some in to the Emerald City in the distance so it gets a little bit of a shimmer. But it's gonna be a little while till I get to that point, so because here is my start in the opposite corner to the Emerald City. So you've got a bit of the Yellow Brick Road, which is quite fun to stitch, and some grass and a space where Dorothy's shoe is going to go. So that is my start, and I believe that is Maynia start number 7? 7. Yes, 7. I'm losing track already. And those are all the starts. That's all the stitching I've done this week. So, moving on to plans. Now, I was watching Mr. X Stitch's Flosstube video the other day while I was washing up, as you do, have it perched on the windowsill. And he was talking about a secret, well, it's not secret, but a special project that he is doing. Down south in UK, I mean, I'm south myself, but in, I think it's Sussex, there is Stamford House, I can't remember what it's called, something along those lines, which I believe is a National Trust property. And they are quite arty, and it's supposed to be an arts and crafts property. If you want more details, go and watch his videos. He talks all about it. But he's been asked to decorate in an arty fashion their Christmas tree this year, and to have a special exhibition of cross-stitch needlework stuff in about September to November, I think. So he's going to do Mr. X Stitch's Guide to Cross-Stitch kind of thing, and have massive displays of all kinds of contemporary needlecraft. But he's also got to do this Christmas tree, and he has sent out a cry for help to stitchers across the world. And he's put up this free pattern on his website, so I can hold it up because he did in his video, and it's free to download from mrxstitch.com. I couldn't find it when I just went to his website and looked for it, so I had to Google search Mr. X Stitch bauble, and then it came up. And basically he wants everyone to stitch one of these or more on 14 count Aida, or equivalent, in whatever colours you want, and send it off to him, and he's going to put them all in hoops, 4-inch hoops, and then decorate the tree with them. And his word is festoon. He wants to festoon them all over this property. So to just bring a bit of a smile, to make people a bit more aware of what we're doing, of the stitching community. And, you know, it's a really simple thing to do. And I love being a part of, you know, community stuff. So I think for one of my Maynia starts, I'm going to do that one. And you know how you get sometimes on the front cover of magazines, at least you do in the UK, random metallic threads that I wouldn't know really what to do with, because whenever I do a pattern I use the petite treasure braid and stuff. So I'm thinking I might use up some of those random metallic threads and do that one. So check out that pattern and check out his video and he will tell you more about it. But that'd be quite cool, you know, baubles from stitch baubles from all over the world, and he's going to put little tags on them so that people can see who stitched them and whereabouts in the world they're from. I just think it's a really cool idea, and it won't take long. So there's that. Then I'm going to hold this back here because it is the pattern, but yeah. For the summer, there's a summer ATC in the Cross Stitch Cards and ATC group on Facebook that I'm a part of, and I think it's for July. And so I'm going to do the little bucket and spade there, and that was from, you know, one of these little chart collections from a magazine. I can't even see what magazine it was. The World of Cross Stitching, from some point in the past. No idea. Then I'm hoping to start, all of these are, you know, hoping to, because plans are made to be broken. Start noon basking this week. Draculair Designs. Love this dragon. Look at this. Really, really love it. And I'm just going to stitch her on 32 count white even weave, because the colours will pop on a white beautifully. And there's lots of kind of, there's sparkly threads and specialist stitches and a beautiful dragon. So hoping to start her. She's fully kitted up. And then the final spooked bonus chart is a little cat chasing some crows, and it's a dinky thing. But there's no picture to show you of that one. So hopefully I'll start that one as well. So that's 4. See if I can start 4 in the next week. We'll see. Right. That's all my stitching and my plans. But before I go away, I had a thought that I have millions and millions of cross stitch magazines, and my mum last year gave me a massive pile that someone had handed on to her as well. So like, my magazines are taking up so much space, and I only have a little house. So I've decided to get rid of them, or get rid of some of them anyway, slowly. But I can't bear to throw away all these gorgeous charts in them, and I'm not going to stitch them all. I'm just not. So I had a chat with Michelle Bendy Stitchy, because she gives away lots of her magazine charts every week in her videos. And I said, would I be treading on your Flosstube toes if I did something similar? And she said, no, get those charts out there, do it. So with, you know, a nod to Michelle Bendy Stitchy, who's been doing this for a lot longer than I have, I'm going to start giving away some of these magazine charts, and not necessarily all magazine charts, because I just have random charts that I'm never going to stitch, so I'm going to throw those in as well. But I'm not going to, she gives away 5 in all of her videos, and I'm just not going to do that. So I'm going to give away 2. And these 2 I've got here are magazine charts, and if you want them, don't say giveaway. And please be 18 or over, or have your parents' permission to give me your address, because if you win them, I will need your address to post them to you. And so if you're interested, these are the charts. The first one is The Christmas Angel by Joan Elliott. And it is, I'm not going to show you the chart, but it's a massive fold out one. So on the back here is the chart. So that's, I'm giving away The Christmas Angel. So if you would like a chance to win this in my next video, whenever that may be, say I would like to stitch the Christmas angel. That one. And the second one is this Sparkly Peacock by Shannon Wasilev. And this one looks gorgeous. It's not my type of thing to stitch, but I can't just chuck it in the recycling. It's beautiful. Look at the close-up of some of the stitching. Really, really beautiful. So if you want to be with a chance of winning the Sparkly Peacock, say I would like to stitch the Sparkly Peacock. And I think it's a peacock. It looks like a peacock. Paisley Peacock. It's a peacock. I would like to stitch the Sparkly Peacock. And I will draw names and get those out in my next video. Okay, and that's it. So hopefully at the end of here you will then see my baby blanket that I'll be holding up and showing you. So I wanted people to see it before I gave it away, because I know that there's been a lot of interest over on Instagram on it and things. So yeah, I hope you like it. Hope it works. And that's it. So hopefully I will see you soon, and enjoy Maynia, whether you are participating or just watching the madness. Okay, take care. Bye. Hi Flosstube. This is just a quick little clip to show you a finish, but it's not a cross stitch finish. This is a crochet finish, and I'm doing it as a little clip because it's a baby blanket for my friend, and I'm seeing her this afternoon, and so I can't hold on to it to show you at my next Flosstube video. And I've been working really hard on it for the last few days, and I started it a few months ago, so it's taken a while, and put it down and picked it up and stuff, and then just really blitzed it this week when I knew I was going to see her. She's had a beautiful little baby boy, so I chose boy colours as soon as I knew that it was going to be a boy. And yeah, I haven't done much stitching because I've been working on this beauty. So there it is. It's 4 colours of Stylecraft Special double knit. So the dark blue is petrol, and then spring green, sage green and meadow. And the little granny square is a design that my mum made up, and she makes baby blankets in this design, but she churns them out at the rate of like 1 a week. I mean, she's just another one done, and I'm like, it's taking me forever. But here it is, and it's the size. I mean, it's not huge, but the idea is that it's big enough to lie the baby on. It's big enough to go on the car seat or in the buggy. Baby sized, really. And I just wanted to show it off before I gave it away this afternoon. I hope she likes it. There we go. Admire the beauty. I took a lot of sewing in of ends. All of these colour changes. Each colour change has 2 ends to sew in. So you can imagine quite a lot. But I love it. Okay, that's it. I just wanted to show you, and hopefully I'll figure out how to add this on to the end of my next Flosstube. Alright, thank you, bye!